So, Assalamu alaikum everyone. First, you want to start by thanking you all for being here because it's a Saturday morning and you're all here. It was cold outside. You all made it here, so Jazakallah khair. And you all made it on time, so that's a big up. So, we'll start the day by listening to a few verses from the Quran by Brother Ahmed Hassan and continue from there. You can put it in your pocket.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإن كنتم على سفر ولم تجدوا كاتبا فرهان مقبوضة فإن أمن بعضكم بعضا فليؤدي الذي اؤتمن أمانته وليتق الله ربه ولا تكتموا الشهادة ومن يكتمها فإنه آثم قلبه والله بما تعملون عليم لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين صدق الله العظيم.
So we'll just begin with a quick question, I guess. Does anyone know where this is from? Or does anyone, did you guys see this picture before or can guess the place?
Van?
No.
Nova Scotia?
No. Oh, actually, better yet, guess the country.
Sweden?
No. Malaysia?
Norway. Canada.
No.
Pakistan.
No. Pick a random guess.
Yemen? Spain?
Spain, no.
Italy.
United States?
No. Switzerland, there you go. So the reason we put it there, okay, so when you hear Switzerland, what comes to your mind?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. What else?
Cheese.
Cheese. Swiss cheese. What else?
Nature.
Nature, like blue lakes and, lush green mountains. What else?
Watches.
Watches, exactly, on time. What else? Money. Swiss francs. So, the Swiss people, if you read something about them or like watch some videos about them, you will see that everything they do is like with excellence. So when you hear something is like Swiss made, they're like, oh, you already know it's high quality material. And that's because they have this ideology that if you are perfect, you get paid more. They try to like excel in everything they do. So pretty much that's what the Prophet and the That's what Islam wants us as Muslims to do, excel in everything we do. And that's what the theme is this year, inshallah, and we'll talk more about it. We started with this because you all came on time, and we said, you know what, might as well give you guys Swiss chocolate. So we have 3 bags of chocolates. We'll give it to you. Yeah. We'll start from the back. We'll just give one on each side. So we'll start from the back and bring it forward.
Take 3 deep breaths. Okay? Close your eyes. Just deep breaths. Do it. Actually do it.
Yeah, that's a special treat for you all for being on time to meetings.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Asma Hassan. I'm one of your coordinators this year. I'm the other coordinator. I'm a 4th year marketing student here at Carleton. This is my second IAW. I joined the MSA last year and participated for the first time in IAW last year as a group leader. And I had such a great experience. I came back for round 2. So I hope, inshallah, you guys have the same type of experience as me, if not better, inshallah.
So as Asma already introduced, my name is Omar Khan. I'm a 4th year computer systems engineering student. Yeah, I'm an international student from Saudi Arabia. One thing a lot of people are confused is what's an international student. One of my friends is like, oh, that's very cool. You must go around places visiting countries. Like, no, you pay extra money to come in. But yeah, so actually, how many of you, before I go ahead, how many of you are like first-time IAWers, like first-time ever? MashaAllah. Wow, it's like almost all the room, almost all the people. How many of you are first years in Carleton? Wow, that's like 50%. You guys are like one of the most luckiest people because a lot of us here, we wish we had the chance that we would do IAW in our first year. So consider yourself lucky. Alhamdulillah, you all are here. So yeah, this is my 3rd year in the MSA as well as my 3rd IAW, and hopefully we'll have a wonderful IAW this year as well. So what is IAW? Does anyone know what it stands for?
Islamic Awareness Week.
Almost there. Islam Awareness Week. Islam Awareness Week. There you go. So IAW Islam Awareness Week is an annual week-long event. So it happens every year in March. And it's organized by the MSA. So it's not like a separate club or it's not a separate organization by the MSA. In which volunteers engage in conversations with the public about Islam. So we go out there in the atrium, have a very casual conversation with the public, and try to just raise awareness about our religion because there's a lot of misconceptions out there. So we try our best to represent our religion. And one of the beauties of IAW is that all of you here are like unique. Like the stories you live, the experiences you have, the backgrounds you come from. Like just looking around me, like I see people from different countries. I see people who speak different languages. People from Carleton, from IAW, from Algonquin. People like who work, for example, not even like a student. So there's so much diversity here. And there's also people who are not Muslim, but they're here because they believe in the message, or they are here to break the misconceptions out of there because that's the right thing to do. So once you put all of these like very diverse group together, have them in the atrium, when the visitors come by, they have like someone they can obviously relate to. It's very highly likely they can come and speak to you, and you might have something in common. So that's what IAW is about. We go out there, all of us, and we try to make an environment where people are comfortable coming to us, talking to us about our religion, comfortably in a nice, welcoming environment. So we have a video. We just launched a new video, and this is exclusively like the first time it's going to be shown, and it's all for you guys. And Hirsi's going to just come and introduce it real quick.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hirsi Osman. I am a videography director for the MSA, and myself, alongside the comm team, created a video. It was basically a recruitment video to try to get people to learn about what exactly the MSA does, the events that we do, and some of the roles that are presented within the organization. So, without further ado, Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Afnan, a first-year student, and I'm new to the MSA. So far, it really is just like a family, alhamdulillah. My role in MSA is Outreach Director. One of the things I do is put up posters, which is crucial to keeping MSA relevant on campus as the biggest club at Carleton. It's a fun job, and whenever I do it with other members, we always have a blast going around campus. I also brainstorm and implement ideas with my committee to expand MSA's reach to benefit as many students with our services as we can.
The reason why I joined the MSA is because I was looking to get involved during my last years at Carleton. The MSA was a great start for me because I was already embedded within the Muslim community on campus. I chose the videography position within the MSA because of my interest in creating video content. Over the past couple of years, I hesitated, delayed, and made excuses as to why I didn't start learning about videography beforehand. I knew by joining the MSA communications team, I'd be able to learn the skills I needed around people I'm comfortable with.
I joined the MSA because it made home seem a lot more closer than 8,000 miles away. I am part of the finance committee, and some of the things we do are come up with ways to raise funds by holding fundraising events and selling stuff like samosas and some MSA swag during the Friday prayers. Tabling also includes a donation section with proceeds from it and the fundraising events going towards a certain cause every month. I've literally found my family in faith, and just getting involved in the services the MSA provides has impacted my life in a positive way, both as a Muslim and an international student.
One of the responsibilities as a sales director is setting up and maintaining the Friday prayer table. This role has allowed me to interact with and be surrounded by individuals who always bring a smile to my face, and with whom I have formed unbreakable bonds with. As well, to dedicate the time and effort to make sure everything goes smoothly. It's one of the things I look forward to every week.
I joined the MSA because I saw it as a great opportunity to make new friends, especially for someone who's not from Ottawa. The MSA is a great community that anyone can easily blend into, and it's also very easily accessible with some of the most amazing people you'll ever meet. For me, it was a means to not drift away from Deen, and it's also like a small family away from home. We all share the same passion along with the hard work in any tasks, such as even setting up for Friday prayers. So yeah, welcome to your new family in faith.
Thank you and Jazakallah khair for watching this video. If you are interested in joining CU MSA, click the link below to get started. We have a place for everyone. Inshallah, I hope to see you around. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair for such an awesome video. So yeah, as you saw in the video, the MSA is pretty much a place where you can, come to if you want to practice, or if you're looking to socialize with people. If you're just trying to find a place where you can, be comfortable around people. The MSA actually offers a lot of cool services. I'm not sure if they're all publicly there in the video, but things like the roommate services. So if you're new to Ottawa, if you're looking for a roommate, that's there on the website. If you are looking to go to Islamic lectures, that's there on campus. If you are looking to go to trips, so for example, there's actually a ski trip that's going to be coming soon, so that's happening. There's also one of my personal favorites, which is the chaplaincy service, where you have a chaplain and you can go and speak with them about anything you like, about Islam, about life, or anything in general. So pretty much MSA is like a family in faith on campus. And with that, we'll quickly jump over to IAW back again.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah? Good? Okay. So I'm going to introduce you to the planning team. So there's a group of people that have been organizing and making IAW possible since the summer. If I call your name, can you just get up and say hi so everyone can see you? So this year we're split into 3 booths, and you guys have booth leaders. Mariam and Farheen are traveling right now, but inshallah they'll be back within the next couple of days. Ashad is here. Ashad, if you can just hi. Ashad is the booth leader for foundations. For social media, we have Ahmed Bukura, Ahmed here. That's Ahmed. Ahmed and his team work on our Facebook and our Instagram, so be sure to follow us on both platforms. They post a lot of great information and cool things. Our resource manager is Qadra. That's Qadra over there. So if you would need a reimbursement or something like that, she would be the one to contact, and she'll talk a little bit more about it later on. Our MSA president is Bishu. She isn't here right now, but she's very involved in both the MSA and an IAW, and you'll just see her a lot. Our finance coordinator is Abdurrahman, who also, I don't think he's here. No, he's not here right now, but him and his team make it possible for us to have the funding to have IAW. So we have an all-new feature in IAW this year. So we have a creativity team. Sumaya, I think, might have left for a little bit. So Sumaya is the leader. Her and her team take IAW basically to the next level. They do a lot of cool things to get people's interest and get people to come and talk to us during the week. Our floor plan coordinator is Faraz. Faraz, are you here? So that's Faraz over there. Faraz and his team will be constructing our floor plan so that in the atrium people will notice it and come, and hopefully that will attract them to us and we'll have some really cool conversations with people. Our program coordinators are Ahmed, who isn't here, but Aisha, who is here right now. So the program coordinators are in charge of the tables that you see at IAW, like the henna table, the Quran table, the hijab table, and this year inshallah we'll also be having some other cool stuff that she'll talk about later on. Our training coordinator is Osama, who's right there. So Osama and his team do all the preparations and training for us to be ready to talk and engage with the general public during the week of IAW. So after this meeting, they'll be taking over every other Saturday. Our website coordinator is Ahmed. Ahmed is right there. So our website feature is an all-new feature this year. So if you go to cumsa.ca/IAW, we have an IAW page up there, and it's amazing. So please check it out.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما 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 مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين محمد سيد الكونين والثقلين والفارقين من عرب ومن عجم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته لكل هول من الأهوال مقتحم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير خلق الله كلهم مولاي صل دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير خلق الله كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم ثم الرضا عن أبي بكر وعن عمر ثم الرضا عن أبي بكر وعن عمر ثم الرضا عن أبي بكر وعن عمر وعن علي وعن عثمان ذي الكرم وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته هو الحبيب الذي ترجى شفاعته لكل هول من الأهوال مقتحم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير خلق الله كلهم مولاي صل مقاصدنا يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم مولاي صل وسلم على حبيبك خير الخلق مولاي صل وسلم سيدي على حبيبك خير الخلق
So why do IAW? Why do volunteers come together every year and work on this event? There are a lot of reasons to do it, right? To do something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to connect with your community on campus, to address misconceptions. Our vision for IAW is to effectively portray the beauty of Islam, because we know right now in the media we don't always get a fair shake. The information there isn't always the best information, but during IAW, we have an entire week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. where we created our own platform to take control of the narrative and give them just the facts. And the facts speak for themselves, right? We already know Islam is a beautiful religion. We just gotta let them know. Our goals, so there's a lot of goals we have for IAW. We just put 3 up here, which are kind of one of the main ones. So address misconceptions and stereotypes. So I just talked about this. But personally, I found a lot of the times that I speak to someone who has a different, like, not so great view on Islam, and they tell me some of their reasons, like, it's not even something that exists. So when you have, like, a conversation and you just tell them, like, what's really going on, alhamdulillah, usually it turns out good. Another one is to learn more about Islam. So most of us, obviously, we're familiar with the religion, but even we have things that we can learn. So in addition to educating others, we can hopefully, inshallah, educate ourselves as well. And lastly, we want to create a meaningful event through hard work and collaboration, which we will also remember for a long time, inshallah. So every year for IAW, we pick a theme to kind of help us organize, because Islam is a huge topic, and this just gives us a framework to organize our posters and our information. So this year, the theme is the pursuit of excellence. And to give you a bit of understanding about this theme, I wanted to share a hadith with you guys. So it was narrated by Abu Hurairah that once the Prophet ﷺ was with his companions, and a man came up to them and he asked them, what is belief? And he told him, the Prophet ﷺ talked about the 6 articles of faith, and then he asked what is worship, and the Prophet ﷺ talked about the 5 pillars of Islam. And when he asked him what is excellence, what is ihsan, the Prophet said, الإحسان أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك, which is ihsan, or excellence, is to worship Allah as if you are seeing Him, for though you don't see Him, He sees you. And after the man left, the Prophet ﷺ asked if they knew who that was, and they didn't, and it was Angel Jibreel who came and just to give them awareness. So I wanted to focus on the part of excellence. So to really take in what that says, ihsan, excellence is to worship as if you are seeing Allah. And worship isn't just your 5 daily prayers, it's the way that you live your life. So can you imagine if you could see God watching us? Like, would you not be the best person ever? You would never do anything wrong, right? You wouldn't cheat or lie, like even the little white lies. You wouldn't steal, you wouldn't backbite, but you wouldn't just stay away from the bad things. You would go out of your way to do the good things, right? You would live by the words of the Quran, which is to be kind, which is to be merciful, which is to be charitable. And by all standards, being excellent in Islam is to just be an excellent person by Muslim and non-Muslim standards. So that is excellence, but we call this the pursuit of excellence because obviously we can't see Allah. And we do mess up sometimes because we forget that He can still see us. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ar-Rahman, He is everything, He is the most merciful and the most forgiving. So when we do mess up and we fall off that path, we can always repent and go back to Him, and we are once again striving to, we are once again pursuing excellence and trying to be the best people possible. So we are hoping that if we use this framework during IAW, we are talking to people who may not have the best impression of us, but we are telling them that our religion is encouraging us to be the best people ever. So hopefully they leave with a better understanding, not just of our faith, but us as Muslims as well.
With that being said, how does IAW work? So you already saw some components of IAW. So story time. Once upon a time, long back, a group of students, a small group, they got together and they said, you know what, there's a lot of bad news about Islam, a lot of misconceptions out there, people having this fear, which is like not the right fear because it's based on false things. So they said, let's get together, and they booked a table in the atrium in the UC, and they tabled there and just spoke to people. And that table now became Islam Awareness Week years later. So alhamdulillah, now we have the full atrium booked for the full week, and look around you. It's not a small group anymore. It's mashallah, it's a huge group. So that's how IAW started. And now, just to put things together, we have a team. Can you guys tell? We just saw the team. What is it? Pursuit of Excellence, exactly. So that's a team that we have for this IAW. And then, obviously, like Islam is huge. Like there's so much to learn always, right? So just to not overwhelm ourselves, we kind of like try to divide topics down so that we can focus on one topic and be the best at it. So the team is further divided into 3 booths. Can anyone tell what the 3 booths? You signed up for it in the form. Faith, close, yeah. Foundations. You. Society. There you go. So foundations, society, and you are like the 3 booths under the theme. And then to make it easier for you guys, we divide a booth further into subgroups. So each subgroup is consisting of 3 to 5 volunteers, and they get together and research on one particular topic. So for example, in foundations, they would look over, like, let's say, the 5 pillars of Islam. And then they would research about it, learn more about it, and then put something together in a poster. So this is like just a beautiful piece of their research, which they use during the week of IAW to present the research. So it's not like you have to memorize everything. You do your research, you learn about it, put it in the poster, you can use as a help material for you in the week. So don't be overwhelmed. I know a lot of people, when they were signing up, they were like, oh, I don't know much about Islam. We are all not scholars. Like, we are here to learn. We are always growing. So, you don't have to know everything. We just need to focus ourselves, research, and talk to people what we know about. So that's how IAW works in terms of the structure. And at the same time, alongside the booths, we have something called attractions. And this is just to get people to the posters. So every booth kind of comes up with one attraction. So in the previous years, you probably saw it. Can anyone guess an attraction from last year? If you passed by the atrium last year?
A beautiful mosque.
A beautiful mosque. Yeah, that was one. Yeah. A puzzle piece. Yeah, that's the one. One more. Yeah. Spinning wheel. So they had a spinning wheel as well. So there's a lot of cool and fancy things which just are there to attract people to come and just have that curiosity aspect. The people come and then we kind of take them to the posters after. So that's the attraction. So each booth comes up with one attraction. There's also tables. So Aisha is going to talk more about the tables in the future slides. So each table has some activities. So the henna table, you can come get henna. There's a hijab table, you can come try on hijab, things like that. What else? So there's that. And one of the biggest aspect of IAW, we don't only go out and spread awareness about Islam, we also try to make a positive impact on the society around us right now. So obviously there's a lot of people around us that are in need, right? So we try to raise money for a charity every year. So one of the biggest aspects is fundraising. So booths compete with each other to raise money for a charity. So that's once IAW is done, we donate the money. So not only did you raise awareness, but you also made a positive impact in the current world right now. So we'll be announcing the charity later in this evening, inshallah. So with that being said, can anyone repeat 3 boots again? Foundation, society, and you. So we'll start with foundation. We'll learn more about the foundation from the boot leader itself, Ashad. So,
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ashad Khan and I'm a second year computer science student here at Carleton University, and this is also my first IAW. And I'll be your booth leader for the foundation booth here, inshallah. So our booth is pretty much going to cover the topics concerning the fundamentals of what Islam is built upon. So that can be such as the Quran, the 5 pillars of Islam, the articles of faith, some of which are belief in Allah and belief in His prophets. So, but we're also, at the same time, we're also going to emphasize on who Allah is and who His prophets are. So, as Muslims growing up, we're told day in, day out that Allah is the greatest. And the first verse of the Quran is praising Allah, and the first time that a Muslim child enters this world, the first thing he hears is Allah, he or she hears is Allah Akbar. So one verse I'd like to share with you guys is from Surah Al-Hashr, where it says in verse 24, لَهُ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى يُسَبِّحُ لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَهُوَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. That to Him belong the most beautiful names, and all of those within the heavens and the earth glorify Him. And He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. And as we know, the names of Allah also has attributes. So the greatness of Allah is also going to be a big part of our book, inshallah. And another big part is going to be stories of the prophets. There's a lot we can take out of them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us this when He says to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Surah Al-Hud, وَكُلًّا نَقُصُّ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ مَنْ نُثَبِّتُ بِهِ فُؤَادَكَ وَجَاءَكَ فِي هَذِهِ الْحَقُّ وَمَوْعِظَةٌ وَذِكْرَى لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. That we are going to recite to you stories of the previous prophets in order that your hearts attain affirmation, and there has come to you in this the truth and instruction and reminder for the believers. So there's a lot we can take out of these stories and learn from them. So this is just a fundamental base set that I have going into IW, but inshallah we're going to do a lot of brainstorming and come with some amazing ideas, and inshallah it's going to be a great couple of months. That's all.
So for the second booth, like Asma said, Mariam and Farheen are not here. So for the second booth, Farheen is the booth leader, and she made a video.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Farheen Halani and I'm a second year aerospace engineering student at Carleton. Can I hear a hurrah from all the engineers out there? I really hope that worked. So yeah, I'll be the booth leader for the Boot Society this IAW, and I am really sorry I couldn't be there with you guys right now. I really tried hard, but I'm a bit late. When you guys will be seeing this video, I'll be flying into Canada over the snow, depressed as to why am I coming back. But I'm coming back for you guys, and I'm coming back to see you guys next Saturday, and I really can't wait to get started. So yeah, I hope this video makes up for my absence. So the Boot Society is about how Islam guides us to practice excellence in society. But for that, we need to first understand who are the members of society. I would like to share with you an ayah from Surah Baqarah. It's ayah number 83. It goes as such: وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينَ وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. So it translates as, and recall when we took the covenant from the children of Israel, enjoining upon them, worship none but Allah alone. So this is a reminder of our deen, saying that worship none but Allah alone. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to highlight the members of society for us. He says, and to parents, do good, and to the relatives, which by the way includes our in-laws and our spouses, and to the orphans and the needy, and to all of mankind, speak with good words. So this highlights most of the members of society. But society also includes the environment. The Sunnah of the Prophet guides us how we're supposed to be excellent with society. He used to say, keep the environment clean, do not overconsume resources. This is where we get that we're not supposed to waste food. And conserve resources even if it's for rituals. So when we use water for wudu, we're supposed to try to be efficient with the water. And most importantly, he used to say that planting trees is a hasanat. So we should try to go green with our environment. Inshallah, as a booth, we'll try to come up with more ways that we can be excellent with the mentioned members of society. And I really can't wait to get started with you guys next Saturday. So see you guys next Saturday, and Assalamu alaikum everyone.
That's for the booth society. And the next booth, that's you. So that's your booth leader, Mariam. You're in the booth view.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mariam Ilsawi. I am a second year health sciences student and I am one of the booth leaders for IAW this year. As many of you might already know, my booth is called You. Firstly, I'd like to welcome you all to IAW. I hope you guys are having fun so far in the general meeting. Secondly, I would like to apologize for not being able to make it today, but that's because I'm currently in Saudi Arabia visiting family, and inshallah I will be back by tomorrow. So I thought I'd record this video for you guys to watch during the general meeting to introduce myself as a booth leader and also to talk to you a little bit more about my booth. So to me, the booth is called You for two main reasons. Firstly, it looks at a Muslim's manners, so the way they're supposed to carry themselves, as well as the personal relationship a Muslim would have with Allah, in which they do small deeds that people not necessarily know of, but that Allah would obviously be looking at. So to elaborate on the first point, I would like to quote a hadith in which the Prophet says, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. I was sent to complete the best of morals. So besides the primary message that the Prophet was sent to us for, which is the message of Islam, of course, he tells us that he was also sent to us to show us the way in which we can become the best versions of ourselves by the way we show our manners. So to me, this hadith highly emphasizes the importance of having the best manners that a person could possibly have. Another hadith that I really love is one in which the Prophet says, إِنَّ الْمُؤْمِنَ لَيُدْرِكُ بِحُسْنِ خُلُقِهِ دَرَجَةَ الصَّائِمَ الْقَائِمِ. A believer can attain the level of a person who fasts and performs qiyam through good manners. So I personally find it very hard to wake up during the night to do qiyam or worship Allah during the night, but this is where Allah tells me you do not necessarily have to do this if you really can't, but through good manners I promise that you will attain the same level of a person who would do qiyam. And again, this is a greater emphasis that good manners are very important for Allah. So just to close this point off, I would like to remind everyone that our Prophet was labeled as-Sadiq al-Amin during his time. He was labeled the honest, or the truthful and the trustworthy during that time. And this is for us to, I think, try to attain at least a very small portion of the good manners he had. Moving on to the second point, which is your personal relationship with Allah. My favorite verses to quote are the last two verses of Surah Al-Zalzala, in which Allah says, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. And whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it then, and whoever does an atom's weight of bad will see it then. And I feel like small actions are usually overlooked by most of us, thinking that they're not really of that importance. But in fact, Allah reminds us that everything you do, whether good or bad, will be remembered for you on the Day of Judgment. So this is also something we will be researching, inshallah, which is the small things you could possibly do, inshallah, to raise your level and reward in the akhirah. And that's it for me right now. I hope you guys are having fun, and that inshallah I will be seeing you soon. I'm super excited for all of the things we will be doing, and I'm excited to meet all of you. And please, if you see me the next couple of days leading to the training, please come say hi, even if I don't know you and you don't know me. Please come introduce yourself, because I would really like to know all of you. Thank you all for coming out, and inshallah I'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, so for volunteers, so basically at the end of this experience, you're going to be creating a poster. So it starts a couple of weeks into the training, and if you look at these posters, like, aren't they so beautiful, mashallah? There's a couple out here, and the requirement we have for posters this year is to have one verse from the Quran and one hadith. And the topics of your posters are subtopics within your food, so they're related to your food. And you have the choice to pick what subtopic that you're interested in. And apart from having those two requirements, the creativity is up to you. You can do whatever you want with it. And it's a really good talking point. So when people approach you and they just want to have a conversation with you, they usually start off by asking you what your poster is about. And it's a good place where you're pretty comfortable. You know what your poster is about. You've been working on it. And inshallah, you guys, I can't wait to see the posters that you come up with. I know they're going to be looking pretty amazing. And to prepare you to present these posters, we have training that Mama is going to tell you more about.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Osama Khalil. I'm fourth year aerospace engineering. Hopefully this is my last semester. And this is the fourth IAW that I'm doing, inshallah. So first of all, I just want to go through the objectives of the training so that you guys have an understanding why do we have the training in IAW. Number one, as a training team, we want to introduce you to key topics in Islam, starting from basic questions about Islam, because during IAW we receive a lot of people who come and ask very basic questions. They don't know what's Islam. They want the basics of Islam. And also clarify some misconceptions. A lot of people have some controversial questions about Islam. So that also hopefully will cover throughout the training sessions. Also to clarify some the methods that we can use to deliver the message of Islam. We want you to read. We want you to watch lectures. After the training session, we want you, if you find if we did a small mistake, we want you guys to come and tell us, oh, you did a small mistake here, and correct us. So that we can have a very rich knowledge environment. The fifth point is also important because a lot of people don't know about this. As a training team, we're here to help you with researching the content of the posters during the week 5. The second slide is about the timeline. So I want you guys to remember these dates very well. You will have to attend all the training sessions. So the first dates are very easy, the 20th to the 10th. It's every Saturday, starting from next week. We'll have seminars and workshops. I'm going to discuss that later. And from the 10th to the 3rd of March is the reading week break. And then we'll start again from the 3rd of March to the 10th. We have a break from the 10th to the 19th. So IW start from the 19th and end on the 23rd of March, inshallah. So for the volunteers who mentioned in the volunteer form that they cannot attend the training sessions, there is makeup training on the 19th and the 21st of February, inshallah. So the topics that we're going to discuss throughout the sessions of the training. So I just want to describe the sessions that we have. So we have seminars and we have workshops. The seminar is 70% lecture and 30% discussion. So 70% of it is the speaker is going to talk to you about a certain topic, and then 30% of it is activities and engaging activities with the volunteers as well. The workshop is going to be almost fully discussion-based, so you'll be divided into your booths or groups and then discuss a certain topic, which was covered in the week before during the seminar. So the topics that we're going to cover this year, inshallah, are the first one is Essence of Islam, Beliefs and Identity. So we're going to cover the Muslim identity and our main beliefs in Islam. The second topic is extracting lessons from Quran and the prophetic stories so that we can use during the IAW. The third topic is also very, very important. It's communication skills and anti-discrimination training. You will have to attend all the training sessions, and these topics are chosen based on, so I'm just going to mention a verse from the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good preaching or good instruction, and argue with them with the best way. Finally, we have the mock IAW, which is so your posters should be ready by then. Your attractions, we'll have the T-shirts there. So it's almost a real IAW. It's just there to prepare you for the scenarios. So the training team will be there and act in different scenarios so that you guys are prepared for anything that can come up through IAW, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha Aminata, and I'm one of the program coordinators. My partner couldn't be with us today. I'm in second year neuroscience and mental health, and this is my second time volunteering for IAW. Besides the posters and attractions, during the week of IAW, we have tables. So we have the arts and crafts table, where people could design stuff and take them home. We have the calligraphy table, and this gives an opportunity for people to inspire and basically design stuff through lettering. So if you'd like to volunteer, Omar will tell you how to do so. We have the henna table, where people could get henna done, visitors and volunteers could get henna done. We have the hijab table, where people would be able to try the hijab and ask questions about it. We have the photo booth, where people take pictures, and the Quran table, which consists of
between IAW and now, pretty much, general meeting. Trainings, right? And what do we do from the trainings, like after the trainings? Research, right? On track. What else? What's after research? Posters. So yeah, we attend trainings, we do our research, and then we make our posters. So right now, because we're just starting, our commitment is just like 2 hours per week, which is literally just the trainings. So next week training is just 1 to 3. The week after is 1 to 3. But then slowly it's going to go up because you'll be researching yourself on your own time. You'll also be having booth meetings. So as a booth, you'll come together. We'll try to develop topics, because as a booth, you all come with the subtopics that you want to, make a poster on. So you would have booth meetings for that. And then you would have, as a subgroup, you would come together to make the poster itself. So it slowly grows as the week comes closer. Finishing all the research and deliverables on time to be able to practice and enjoy your time during the event. So this is very essential because a lot of times, like in a lot of IAWs, people leave things, the posters especially, to the last minute, and then they just get stressed when it comes time for IAW. So inshallah, that's why we have a very cool thing coming up, and Sumaya is going to talk about it from the creativity team. But like Asma already mentioned, the deadline for posters this year is March 3rd, so you can already put it on your agenda. March 3rd, posters are ready, and then March 10th you have the mock, you're ready to go because you already practiced your poster. March 17th or March 19th is IAW, so you're ready to roll. Can anyone read the last line? Learn, try, excel. So as an IAW volunteer, one of our responsibility is not only to give that awareness, but also to learn ourselves. Because the same thing what I said in the info session, 3 months together, learning, researching about Islam, we will ourselves feel that difference in ourselves. So our responsibility is to learn as much as we can, research as much as we can, and then strive for excellence in everything we do. So that's, having posters on time, or doing the best we can for everything, like coming to meetings on time, trainings on time, things like that. One of the questions we get a lot is something we already covered, which is if I have work on Saturdays, something comes up, again, let me, Asma, or Osama know. There's one thing I was missing. I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, so one thing I forgot to mention, one of the goals of IAW is not to convert people. So IAW is not a converting event. So this is a common misconception that we get people and we convert them to Islam. This is not what IAW is. We're just there, as the name stands, Islam Awareness Week. We're just there to raise awareness. Guidance only comes from Allah, and we're just there as representatives of Islam, trying to get the best presentation we can, inshallah. Next, we have Rana, who is an IAW volunteer. She's going to talk a bit more about her IAW experience, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you can hear me. If you can't, just tell me. My name is Rana. I'm in 3rd year cognitive science. This year will be my 2nd IAW. Last year, I participated in the attraction booth, and I had an amazing team. So we made this spinning wheel that you see. It actually got a lot of attention last year. A lot of people liked it, I guess because, we gave free candy, which people love. I can tell you probably recognize a lot of people in here who came. They're like, yeah, it was a trivia game, so they came like, hey, I'm gonna play, And then they did every question every day. And then by the end of the week, I saw them come 5 times a day, every day, trying to get candy. So I had to make them, recite Quran to try to get it. It was really fun. It was a good experience. I'm gonna pull up my notes so I don't forget what I say. Anyway, sorry. So for those people who came in, you saw so much passion in their eyes. They wanted to win, get the free candy. And subhanAllah, was so exhilarating and great. So something I want to tell you for IAW is bring this type of passion to it when you are volunteering. IAW, this might be a bold statement, but it is honestly one of the best experiences you will have in all of your university career. At least it was like that for me, so I hope it will be like that for you. And potentially your whole life too. It's just that great. It's something where you're going to develop so many skills that you won't even realize by the end. You're going to be like, wow, I'm a different person. You grow. It gives you people skills. You're going to be able to interact with people. You're going to learn communication. Like everyone said before, like Osama, for training, you're going to get those communication skills, and they're really, really helpful for you. You're going to make so many friends. I tell you, by the end, they're going to be your best friends for life. If you ask me right now, oh, how did you make friends in IAW? I'll tell you. To be honest, I don't know. It just happened. There is some magic to IAW that is so beautiful that you don't know what it is till you experience it. When people ask me, what is IAW, why should I do that? I say, it's like a week where we spread awareness of Islam. But to actually fully explain it is hard. And that's why I encourage people to do it, because it's not something, you won't understand it till you do it. And once you do it, you'll be like, wow, it's amazing, it's magical. It's like, if this is your first time in IAW, you're gonna realize by the end, like this, it's gonna go by so fast, and you're gonna be like, wow, I learned so much. I developed skill. I wish I did more. I can't wait till next year. And if this is like your 3rd, 4th IAW, by now you eat, breathe, and live IAW. You love it that much. For me, it took such a major role in my life that I dedicated so much time to it last year. And I honestly, it's so important to me that I can't even remember what life was like without IAW. It's that relevant right now. And here's something I really want to emphasize on. IAW is not here to test you on your Islamic knowledge or your Islamic skills. Everyone comes in at different Islamic levels. You may be someone who, just prays 5 times a day, knows the basic surahs in Quran, not that much. and that's okay, because you're not here to show off how much you know and then you be tested on it. You're here to learn and grow. It's all about your personal growth. As much as we are here to make a big difference in our community, we're also making a difference in our lives and the people around us. It's not just giving dawah to your fellow students, it's dawah between each other. So you should try to help each other become better and encourage each other rather than judge one another. There is no judgment here, and if you ever feel like that, talk to someone, because you shouldn't feel left out or feel judged, because this is for you to improve yourself on. So I really want to emphasize that. Yeah, you're gonna really love it. And another thing, whether you're in here, maybe you were so excited, you heard about it, you signed up. Maybe your friend signed up for you, or really encouraged you, or they filled out the form entirely and you're just sitting here, you don't know what's going on. Either way, the fact that you're sitting in this room right now is a blessing. And I want you to take that up don't take that for granted, and just feel grateful that you're here by the will of Allah to spread awareness about Islam in your school. You're gonna take this opportunity to learn so much and grow as a person. So really put as much effort as you can while also maintaining your own time. And that's something I'm going to tell you. IAW gives you people skills, you make friends, and it gives you huge time management skills. So something that I'm trying to live by this semester, and I've learned from past IAW and last semester, is this thing. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We always say we don't have time for things, I can't do this, I don't know if I'm going to come every training. If you think of it like this, time is of so much value to us. Every minute matters. 2 hours per week, every Saturday is good. It's at 1 p.m. You're not waking up too early. You're not coming to school too late. You could do the 2 hours. I so believe in you to be able to do that. And you know, if you're like at home eating dinner and then you go on your phone and then, you know, I'm just gonna chill on my phone, you realize half an hour passes by so quick and suddenly you lost time. That half an hour matters. You should learn to manage your time. Be grateful for what you have. Don't spend time on your phone. The whole thing of University IW, you'll realize you do have time. You have time to go home and help your mom with your dishes or do your own dishes. You can do whatever you want as long as you take advantage of what you're given. So inshallah, you have a great IAW. If you ever need a friend or someone to talk to, you can talk to me or anyone else. And yeah, thank you so much.
So coming next, Jazakallah khairan for this amazing speech, is not the break because, so we're going to get pizza, but it's not here until 2:30. So we'll just skip the break and take it in a while, like maybe in 12 minutes, inshallah. So we'll just go to the next thing, which is the point system, which Sumaya is going to speak about, inshallah.
My name is Sumaya, and this is my second IAW, alhamdulillah. I'm a little bit nervous, so spare me, guys. Okay, yeah. So I'm really excited to introduce to you guys the point system. It's the first time we're going to have it in the history of IAW in Carleton. So yeah, a quick rundown of what it is. The creativity team will be running the point system, and they'll basically allocate points for completing different tasks both before the week of IAW and during the week of IAW. So, for example, before IAW, we have training sessions and we have the workshops. So you can earn points by coming early, on time, having a really good attendance, also handing in things by the deadline. And then during the week of IAW, you can also earn points from having the best attraction and also raising the most money at the bake sale. Okay, so as we all know, it's going to be a competition against booths. So, And the purpose is basically to engage all of you guys in IAW and hype everybody up, hopefully, and get everybody excited. So, yeah. And the best part about all of this is at the end, the booth that wins will get a big surprise, or get a big prize at the end. But yeah, not to discourage people that don't win, because ultimately the end goal is the good reward that we're going to get from Allah for doing all of these good deeds. So it's a win-win situation. So yeah, I just want to end this off by saying it's going to be really competitive. We have a lot of talented, hardworking people out here. So yeah, I wish you guys all the best of luck and hope to see you all win. Yeah,
Before the week of it's me again. Before the week of IAW, we have 3 bake sales to raise money for IAW itself. So there will be one on the first week of February, another one the second week of February, and a third one the first week of March. And this is going to be a competition between the booths. So each booth will be randomly assigned to a week. And it's your responsibility to choose what day of the week you want to do it and what time. But it will always be at Torrey Tunnels. So you can bring samosas, brownies, cupcakes, any baked goods. And you can basically manage this. Within your booths, you can make doodle, so you know what each person can bring. And during the bake sale, you could make posters, and you can advertise this through word of mouth. You can tell people in the musalla. You can tell Ahmed Bura, who's the marketing coordinator, to like post it on Facebook and all the other pages. So yeah, that's it.
So 2 new exciting things, as you already saw, the point system and the bake sale. They're there for you guys to compete as booths. And this is something like you're competing for like excellence. You're trying to raise the most amount of money, or you're trying to, do your posters on time, do your attractions on time. So you're competing for excellence, and then you get that bragging rights at the end that, oh, we won in this IAW. So inshallah, we wish you all the best for all of you, all 3 booths. And with that, we'll go to the website, which Omar is going to take us a tour on. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, alhamdulillah, for the first time at Carleton IAW, there's a website up. So the purpose of the website is to have all the information, a lot of the information you saw on the slides today, all in one place. So if you guys are confused, you don't know who to contact, or you're looking for help, you can find all the information on the website. So I just want to give you a quick tutorial how you can use the website to your advantage during this journey. So you can access the website through this link, cumsa.ca/IAW. So there's essentially 3 or 4 main features of the website. So this is the general IAW page. Here, as you can see, you can find, I'll close this for a second, I'll come back to it. You can find the general information as to what is IAW here. You will have the dates for the upcoming meetings and the training sessions. And here you can also see like a slideshow of previous IAWs. So one thing I want to mention is on this page you can, if you have any suggestions for the trainings or anything else, you can click this button and it will take you to that page. Another feature I want to explain is this chatbot. So basically there's a lot of important questions people have during IAW, but they don't know who to contact or who to search. Can you guys read the text of the chatbot? So basically I'll just give you a tutorial as Aisha was saying. So if you wanted to sign up for the tables, so here it's saying, Assalamu alaikum fellow IAWers, I am here to assist you with any information you may be on the hunt for. So you click view options. And it will give you like a list of the main options for IAW. So if you click on tables over here, so first it just introduces you to the tables. So there will be 6 tables. And then you have the 6 tables over there. So if you want to sign up for one of these tables, you would just click on them. For example, the photo booth. So it will give you like a brief description of the table, and then it will give you a link to the sign up. So you can just click on this link and you can sign up. So you can do this for the other stuff, booths. It will give you information on training and a lot of other stuff. So that's the general IAW page. And then there's a specific page which will be for each IAW. So this year's IAW 18. So if you scroll to the bottom of the page, you will see IAW 2018. So this will give you information related to this year's IAW. So it will give you information on the booths, the tables. For example, this is the theme. So here are the booths and the tables. If you want information or you want to know who the leaders are, you can hover over these icons and it gives you a brief description of what the booth will do or what the table will offer. Another really important thing about IAW is a lot of times you will have questions but you won't know who to contact. So if you look over here, we have about I think 15 people at least on the planning team. So if you click on this link, it will give you a list of all the people on the planning team and a description of them. For example, let me choose Osama. So this is his description. So if you have a specific question, for example, for trainings or workshops, you would find the correct person to contact. You might want to contact the coordinator, for example, Umar. And here you can see their contact information. So you can click this. If you want to stalk his Facebook, you can click this. Oh yeah, one thing I'm missing is, so if you go back to the original page, so basically this is the general page, and then this is like the specific page, and then there's also a page for like previous. So obviously we haven't been here for like more than 4 years or whatever the case is, but there has been IAWs in the past. So if you come to this IAW time capsule, it will give you all the information for previous years, dating all the way back to 2009. So it gives you information such as like volunteers for that year and how much money was raised. And if you click on this icon, for example, 2015, it will give you like a compilation video for that year. And one last thing I want to mention is, so Sumaya was talking about the point system. So she was on the page. I'll just quickly mention it was. So the point system, everything is going to be updated online, so you don't have to worry about like how many points you have. So if you forgot the different type of ways to earn points, you can just click here and it gives you like 5 points for doing this. It gives you like a brief description. So basically the website's purpose again is any information you're looking for, you're not sure who to contact, you're lost and you need some guidance, just come over to the website and it will help you attain that information. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Assalamu alaikum. So next is resources. There you go.
My name is Carleton, and this is my third IAW. This year I'll be this year's resource management director. So I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to be responsible for managing and keeping track of the items that we use during the week of IAW. So I'll be the main point of contact for that. So just a couple of things for now. When you guys start needing supplies during like the week of, there's going to be like a couple of forms that you need to fill out beforehand. So on the side it says, so there's 2 forms. So there's the pre-approval form and the reimbursement form. So these forms will be posted on the WhatsApp chats, as well they'll be available on the MSA website. I think if you go through the chat pod, you can access it through there too. Whatever you're going to buy, please make sure to fill out the pre-approval form so that your booth leaders and I know what exactly is being bought. And as well for the reimbursement form, like once you get approval from your booth leader or me, please make sure to keep your receipt so that you can get reimbursed for the items that you bought. That's pretty much all I had. If you have any questions, I'm always around, and looking forward to working with you all, and I hope your IAW experience is an amazing one, inshallah.
So we have a suggestions link on the IAW website. So if you ever have a comment or a concern that you want to address, but you don't want to include your name or whatever, it's totally fine. We take these suggestions very seriously. We go through all of them and we try to accommodate and implement them to the best of our ability, inshallah.
Inshallah. So before we begin the suggestions, we'll quickly show you how you can send one. So if you go to Islam Awareness Week on the website, so if you could scroll all the way down, you'll see have suggestions for IAW, and that's going to take you to the suggestions box. So anything you want to put here, because you can see that you don't have to put your name there, so you can put anything if you feel there's something wrong, if you would like to suggest something new, a new idea you would like to see implemented, that's where you can go and submit it. And then it comes to me and Asma, and we will, inshallah, read all of them, make sure we try to implement it as much as we can to the best of our ability, and address it in the next meeting. So for example, if you send one now, we'll have the addressing in the next seminar, which is happening next Saturday, inshallah. So we'll just go with the first suggestion. So one of the suggestions was, Assalamu alaikum, I attended the recent bonding event for IAW, and subhanAllah, I was so worried I would have difficulties meeting people, but everyone was so welcoming, thank you. I just have one suggestion/request, and that's that we try in future to limit the amount of mixing that happens at an Islamic event. I was made very uncomfortable, and talking with some of the other girls at the event, they were made very uncomfortable too when being approached by brothers.
First of all, we want to say Jazakallah khair for sharing this suggestion with us, and we want to apologize for putting anyone in a situation where they were made uncomfortable. Your suggestion is 100% right, and we really appreciate you pointing that out. In the future, we are taking steps to make sure that you guys aren't put in a situation like this again. And just a note for all volunteers, we all have different comfort levels. So you might be comfortable with talking to someone of the opposite gender, but that person might not be comfortable themselves. So please take that into consideration. And like we said, we will try to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again, but we are human, so if we do mess up or if we do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, please don't hesitate to leave a suggestion, and we will take it seriously.
So the second one was, Assalamu alaikum, is it possible for the training sessions in January to start at 3 p.m. and end later, instead of starting at 1 and ending at 3 p.m.? That would be much appreciated. So after a lot of deliberation, we found that the ideal time was 1 to 3, so that's why we stuck with 1 to 3. So inshallah, all the next training sessions will be 1 to 3 p.m. The third one, Assalamu alaikum, we could have a one-day hijab challenge at the hijab table for non-Muslim sisters or even Muslim sisters who don't wear the hijab. That would be a great opportunity for them to learn about the beauty of the hijab, and then after make a video and let them write about their experience with the hijab and which could be shared with everyone. Also, it would be great to have a book where people could write about something from the Quran or the Hadith that touched them, or even anything showing the magnificence of Allah, or even write about their impressions of IAW. So we did inform the programming coordinators about this already, so inshallah they'll be looking into the suggestion. Yeah.
So one of the cool things about the suggestions feature is that it's not just for concerns. If you have a really cool idea that you would like to see implemented in IAW, do let us know, because we're a team and we come up with ideas, but you guys might think of something that we never even thought was possible, and you have the ability to take us to the next level. So please take advantage of that opportunity.
The fourth one, I feel like this year we should stress the basics. Many people volunteering with IAW don't know the basics of Salah, fasting, Tawheed, etc. I think it's important for us to have a strong foundation before we go out and give dawah to non-Muslims. Absolutely true. Maybe in the training sessions we can invite a sheikh to teach us these things. So inshallah, that's going to be one of the things that the training team already looked into, so that's going to be covered in the training sessions. The fifth one was interactive work, not entirely lecture-based for the training session. So we got feedback last year as well, and I guess once again, that the trainings are a bit boring because it's all lectures. So inshallah, that Osama and his team, by the way, the training team is amazing. I would recommend coming to all the training sessions. So Osama and his team already took care of that, and training sessions are going to be very interactive. The sixth suggestion was have something called Secret Sheikh on the last day, which would be sick. Halal version of Secret Santa.
So IAW, we actually have our own tradition. So it's not, so what we do at the end of IAW, throughout the whole week, we have this thing like a memo board, and it has everyone's name. So you have the chance to write something about someone that you volunteered with. If you have a message for them, if they did something that you really appreciated, or if you just have a few kind words, you can write them down. You can put your name, you can make it anonymous, and you can put it in their envelope. So this isn't like a material thing. It's something that genuinely means something to someone. So I got mine for the first time last year, and wallahi, I'm not lying, I have them to this day. And if I ever have a bad day, you just read something really nice that someone said about you, and it just makes your day.
And with that being said, there's good news. The pizza's here. So we'll break for about 10 minutes. So if you didn't pray the Dhuhr already, now's the perfect time. And we'll have pizzas coming all the way here in the front for brothers and sisters. So feel free. So we'll continue back at 2:47. Yeah.
And make sure to come back, because that's when you get to meet your booths.
Yeah. After the pizza, it's pretty fun. So 2:47, we'll start back again, inshallah.
So, sorry guys, my name is Ahmed Gura, and I'm a second/third year computer system engineering student, and this is also my first IW like many of you guys. So, essentially, social media and marketing is, we reached out to Carleton students and non-Carleton students. We raised awareness on IAW, and we try to reach out and get them to, we basically try to hype them up and let them follow us and our endeavors. So, if you guys have been following social media keenly, you guys know that we follow certain patterns on what we post. So on Mondays, we post Humans of IAW. So what that essentially is that we post like certain couple people. They send us a picture and questionnaires. So it's either on religion or society, and we post them up. So they give thoughtful responses. So it's pretty good. We get lots of shares and likes on it. On Thursday, we do reviving of the IAW spirit. So what that is, that's a throwback of the previous IAW events. So you guys saw a video, previous slides before, it was IAW 2014. So what we do is every Thursday, we make a post of the previous IAW. So first year IAWers will be able to see what IAW is all about, and that's what we're trying to aim for. And on Friday, we post Islamic reminders. So essentially, ISW is also an educational event. We try to educate people on what Islam really is about. So that's what we do on Fridays. So I'm not doing this myself. I also have a small team. Rana, who presented earlier, she's over there, and Levin, she's someone I can't see her. We have a small team, and also the coordinators are also working closely with us, and we also have a group of graphic designers who make amazing graphics. So it's not a one-man job, it's actually a big task, so I'm grateful for my team. So if you guys could, please follow and like us on social media and keep checking the websites for regular updates. It's IAW countdown, it's getting really close. IAW is to 1 month and a half from now, so things are going to get really busy. We have if you follow us on Snapchat, on the week of IAW, we're going to get amazing Snapchat filters, which will be designed by our graphic designers, so keep a lookout for that. As mentioned earlier by Usama Khalil, next meeting is going to be our first training session, so if you guys haven't catch the date, it's January 20th at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be our first seminar, so You could look through the website. You could look to the Carleton MSA's website or the Facebook page. We're going to update you guys. So for those who haven't signed up yet, and if you guys aren't volunteers yet, don't despair. There's always a chance for you guys. You guys can enroll yourself onto the wait list. You can head over to cumsa.ca/IAW. That's where you guys will be able to put yourself on wait list since we're full. So in case someone's not able to keep up with their commitments, they can. If a volunteer drops out, then we have a spot open, so a person on the wait list can become a volunteer. So if you guys aren't following us already, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter is at Carleton MSA. You guys can follow us there. And on Facebook, it's going to be facebook.com/IWCU. And also, if you guys have any suggestions or you guys have any amazing marketing ideas, I'm all ears. I'm willing to listen. We're always looking for ideas, so you guys can come talk to me or you can talk to my team. Yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys in the next couple weeks and months. So inshallah, we'll work good together and we'll have a good time. Inshallah. Jazakallah.
So there are a couple of different ways that you can connect with the IAW team. So like Ahmed said, we have a Facebook page. You can message them through there and we respond to you. We also have the website, which Ahmed showed you, and there's a suggestions page and there's everyone's contact information. You also have the suggestions page. If you want to say something and you don't want to write your name, then you can put it there and we go over them. And we're all students on campus, so you'll see us around. If you ever have a question, we don't bite, don't hesitate to come and speak to us, and we'd be more than happy to help you. And we're also going to be at all the training sessions. So the last thing is we have a WhatsApp group. So there's a WhatsApp group for all IAW volunteers, and then there's going to be WhatsApp groups for your booths. So there's a couple of ground rules for this WhatsApp group. Alhamdulillah, we have a very, very diverse team from different countries, different backgrounds. So we ask that you only speak in English so that everyone can understand you. This one we probably won't have an issue with, but it's to please respect one another and be kind to one another. And lastly, no spam or chain messages, because there's 200 people inside the group, so every time you send something, you're sending it to 200 people, and we don't want to spam people. So one other thing is that, like I said, there's a lot of people in this group, and every time you send a message, everyone is getting a notification. So if you want to have a conversation with someone, then it's best to do it outside of the group. There's a couple of things that is really good for this group. So let's say you have a question and you don't know who to address it to. Odds are someone else probably has this question and they would benefit from you asking and seeing the answer. Also, another one that we didn't think of until it actually happened. If you have a reflection, someone already shared a beautiful reflection. If you have a reflection, then feel free to post it on there so we can all benefit. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is fundraising. So last year, the fundraising that went for IAW, it went to this organization called the Smile Education Fund. I'm the president of that organization, and we raise money so that kids could go to school. Last year, IAW raised money for us, and they raised over $7,000, and that was more than half of our goal. And because of the money from IAW, we were able to send 10 kids to school for a year. And they're in school right now because of the hustling that the volunteers did. So when we say that the fundraising that you do at IAW makes a difference, we're not exaggerating. It really does directly impact people's lives. So this year, I want to introduce the next fundraiser. So Neda is going to come and talk about the Yemeni Relief Fundraiser. And you guys all have the opportunity not only to learn about Islam, but to change people's lives. So please welcome Neda.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Neda, like Asma just introduced me. And I'll just tell a little bit about the Yemen Relief Fund, who we are and what we're fundraising for. I'm one of the members and I work alongside 5 other women. Some of us are students at Carleton and others are from Iowa. We're all students and we just came together and created the Yemen Relief Fund. Okay, we created the Yemen Relief Fund to raise funds for the humanitarian crisis that's currently in Yemen. After doing a ton of research, we found that treatment for the cholera outbreak is the most pressing need at the moment, and there are over 800,000 suspected cases of it right now. If you're not familiar, cholera is a disease that's caused by contaminated food and water, and if it's left untreated, it can be fatal. So we're making that our top priority for the next couple of months, and that's what we'll be raising funds for during IW. This is still the beginning for us as a charity, so we are planning on doing other fundraising initiatives besides IW. But even with that, I know for sure that IW will be the biggest, if not one of the biggest sources of those funds. And just like Esma just shared, the volunteers put a lot of work into this, into the fundraising, and we always come out with an impressive amount of money, and it's always seriously incredible, mashallah. So hopefully we'll have a similar experience to that this year, if not even better. And if you do have any questions, concerns about how this is going to go, or if you're interested in getting involved in any way, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Yemen Relief Fund. We're also on Twitter, and if you want to email us, yemenrelieffund@gmail.com. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. So with that being said, if you know the time,
Sorry guys, so just one clarification. So we have big sales, like Aisha said, leading up to IAW. Those funds go towards funding IAW, but the big sales that happen during the week of IAW go towards the fundraiser, which is the Yemeni Relief.
So if you know the time, it's 3:01. So one of the things, because our team is Pursuit of Excellence, we're trying to be excellent in everything we do in IAW as well. So we're trying to finish and start and finish on time. There's already 3. So if you guys want, you're free, feel free to leave. But if you have your permission, now's the exciting part. If you want to stay, now when you get to meet your booth and all the members in your booth, and we have a fun icebreaker plan. Because the 2 booth leaders are not there, there are going to be representatives from your own booth, and they will be running the icebreaker, inshallah. So now we have 3 sections in the room. We'll be just splitting all of us in groups according to our booths. So you can try to find your name here. So booth 1 obviously is on that side, booth 2 in the middle, and booth 3 on your right. So we'll just start the icebreaker, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for coming out, and see you next week.